Hi guys, all my special people, how are you doing? How is your day going? I think I look much better. I rested last night. Hmm. How are you? How's your day going? Good. I hope. I hope all is well. No, I had a good night rest. Beauty sleep, I guess. And this morning I woke up to a verse from the Bible that kind of reminds me of part of what I was talking about yesterday in my last video. I mean, I uploaded the video yesterday. The video I uploaded last night. It's from the book of John 15. The end of 8:15. The end of verse 5. It says, I'm reading now. It says, whoever abides in me and I in him, he is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. You hear that? It just makes me think, like I was saying in that video last night, how I would have saved myself so much of a headache if I had abide in the Lord. So I could have bared much fruit. My next guest struggled with mental health, began in the 8th grade. She was 13. Even my mental health would have been much more better. Stress makes you age faster. I mean, I'm not that young and I'm looking better now. But when I was going through it, so it's a total loss to not invite the Lord in your life. So I encourage you this morning to take it seriously, that you will go further, a lot further in life. If you can abide in him, if you can invite him into your situation. If you feel like you're successful, you'll be even more successful. The thing is, instead of like too many trials and errors or too many errors, it will reduce significantly. Because there will always be trials, there will always be errors. As I said, it's part of life. Nothing, no matter how special you are, you have to go through those things. So you have to. Even Christ went through went through trials and temptation. Yeah. But if you abide in him, I've come to that realization. Thank God I did. I wish I'd done so before now. But where I'm at now, it makes so much sense that if you invite him, if you abide in him, even as human as we are, if we do our best then to acknowledge him, to surrender, to surrender to him, because he will always win anyway. He will show you love no matter what you're doing, but he will show you even extra love. You know, it's like when someone will say, I have your back. If you hand over to him, he will have your back so much. You have favor. You have favor. Do you know what that means? To have God's favor. Whether you're good or bad, he will always show you mercy though, because he's a loving God. It's not like you're bribing him by abiding in him. That he loves you regardless. It's like having, I don't know, I don't have bad kids, thank God. Thank God. They all have their personalities, of course, but I don't have that kind of experience as a parent to say bad kids. But for those that do, It's like having a kid that is disobedient and stuff like that. My kids still do things that are wrong, but not like bad. They are really good kids, really. But anyway, if you have like a kid that is not following direction, are you gonna hate the kid? Actually, you didn't love the kid anyway. But if you love the kid, you still find a way to embrace them. Still find a way to fix what is not right. You still love them. The bottom line, there'll be a standard, like a level of love. But then, the more they do what is right, it pleases you. They please you in their what they do. They make you have a little bit of humph, right? I think it's the same thing with the Lord. He loves you regardless. Whether you're good or bad, He loves you. He loves you. But when you try your efforts to do the things He wants you to do, He loves you. He shows His love even more. It shows up in unexpected. It's like having your somebody doing, whether it's your child or say your partner, when they treat you right, it makes you want to cook their best food, right? Say the truth though. Their favorite meal, whatever it is that makes them happy. Special gifts, special surprise. If your partner is good with you, right? If you're nice to your husband, he goes out bring you even like a whole bouquet of flower, or maybe your favorite candy, something as simple as that. It's the same thing, but just that it's even more with the Lord. He loves you regardless whether you're sinning. We're all sinners. He loves you regardless. But when you try to do your best to follow the things He wants you to do, even in your weakness, in your meekness, He shows up for you. He shows up for you. I watched some show on the TV. It's a Vietnamese show. I mean, I have to use subtitle to understand what they're saying. But mainly, it's like what the girl is doing. You don't even need to, because she's just going about her life and stuff. But one thing, when she goes to the market to sell her stuff, everybody else will be there. But when she reaches there, I know they edit their videos, but you will see how many people are coming to buy her product because she's kind. This girl that is a single mother of her own was kind of placed in a situation where there was this little baby whose parents abandoned, and the official asked her, single young girl, young single mother, maybe 24, 25 years. So they asked her if she can adopt this baby. She did. She does. So that love she showed to that kid, God is love. When you show love, you're really showing, expressing God. So that love she showed to that little baby boy, by adopting her, even though she was struggling too as a single parent. Fine. To me, I feel like that's why, part of why she's having all these extra favors. When she goes to the market, people are crowding around her to buy her stuff. Before you think of it, she's done. So the thing is, when you try to do what I'm trying to say, when you try to do the things that the Lord wants you to do, when you try your best to do the things that the Lord wants you to do, when you draw closer to Him, try to abide in Him and Him in you, like it says, apart from Him, you can do nothing. So with Him, the flip side of that, so with Him, you do everything. You know what I mean? So doing your best to abide in the Lord is you doing yourself a favor. You're not doing God any favor, because we can't bribe Him. You make your life easier or you make your life difficult. It's all in the palm of your hand, just like the words that comes from your mouth. It comes out with power. It's up to you. As somebody that was so bent at getting things done, that I've done relatively little actually, besides my kids, which I dedicated my time to. I forgot about myself and dedicated myself to. So for you to see my accomplishments in my life, you have to not just look at me, because you won't see much. You have to take the totality of me. You have to include my children, then it will make perfect sense. Because my success can, at this point in my life, my success can be seen by how good my children have, with the help of the Lord, are. That's love. That's me showing kindness. I forgot about myself. Except that I did it all by myself. That's what sometimes I'm like beating myself up. Like, why didn't I just hand over this thing to the Lord instead of me stressing through all these years? He still showed me kindness now, because there's no way this outcome would have happened if not for His grace. He saw my effort. Maybe out of ignorance, I was doing all of that, but He knows I was showing love, and He is love. So since I was showing love to my children, not just as a parent, but as a loving parent, I was showing kindness to my children. He showed me, He loved me regardless, but He showed me favor. So imagine if I had been smart in discovering, like, you know what, I can do it all. If I go this way I'm going, it will be too much on my health. Imagine what I would have accomplished at this point. Even for myself, my kids are good, but even for myself, what I would have accomplished, I would have accomplished more. Because stress affects when I come from work, I just want to lay down and sleep. But imagine if I had reduced my stress level by abiding in the Lord. Even my perception will have been different. And therefore, my endeavors will have been different, which will have directly correlated to my achievements, my personal achievements. Do you understand what I'm saying? So assuming the responsibility of doing everything by yourself, it's a fallacy. It's a deception. You achieve only barely. But if you hand it over to the Lord, His favor will favor you. You go areas, He will direct you. He'll put the right people at the right place. It will just make the journey a little bit better, or much better, depending on how you look at it. Versus if you are like me at that time, I was so, I think the fact was part of me was scared. Like, do I want my kids to struggle, to not have a path, to be dependent on outside it? I know I want them to be independent. I want them to be financially independent. It does not necessarily translate to being single, because it would be weird to go through life just alone. That would not make sense. But to be financially independent, if they're to find themselves alone, I was so bent at making sure that they are able, they are able to provide for themselves. And that's happened. But I was so blinded by getting it done, forgetting that there was a helper standing right there to help carry this burden. I was so short-sighted. It would have been much better. So my encouragement for you, even as I quoted John 15 verse 5, the second part of verse 5. I hope you take it. You don't go through life feeling like you are the one that is gonna fix stuff. I hope you're strong enough and smart enough to know that if you give it to the Lord and you abide in Him, you do everything that the Lord wants you to, with much ease. So give it to Him. Bottom line. Give it to Him. He's there. He's willing to help you. Don't go through it alone. Don't do the mistake that I did. Now you have the opportunity to, whatever your age is, but you have the opportunity to make a better choice today, which is like giving it to God Take a deep breath and follow his lead. Just abide in him. Do your best to abide. Because without him, apart from him, we can do nothing. So with him, therefore, we can do everything. You get it? Okay. Reduce your stress level so your blood pressure can go down. So maybe you live longer in good health. You can live longer, but if you're sick just from one doctor to the other, I don't understand that part. But anyway, it's not for me to say. All I'm trying to say is that hand it over to God. Hand your burden, your situation, your stuff to him. He will take care and will make this journey of life a little bit much better. You'll be able to breathe a little better. I am telling you because I know the difference of trying to going through it all by yourself, how it's stressful and ages you, versus handing it over to him, how it distresses you and gives you hope and makes you breathe better and it radiates. Can't you say I'm glowing? Why do you think I'm glowing like this? Because of God. You understand? Because I just hand over everything to him. Do the same. Do the same. Hand over to him and let him take. He's willing. He said he's standing at the door knocking, whoever that opens. So he's there, it's available to everybody though. So what are you waiting for? Why do you want to go through life alone, stressing, thinking that the problem is yours? Hand it over to him. He will help you. He's helped me. Give me favor. Abide in him. And it shall be well. Okay? Alright. I hope you have a nice day. You can tell I rested. I hope you have a nice day. I hope you're able to hand everything to the Lord and abide in him. And you yourself will notice it. Okay? Just try it. Okay? Alright, have a great day. And I'll talk to you later. Okay? Alright. Bye. Have a great day. Why? You're special. You're special. Alright. Talk to you later. Bye.